Lake Effect continues on Milwaukee Public Radio. I'm Mitch Tyke. We've all noticed vinyl billboards giving way more and more to digitals. Some people love them, others not so much. One local public art advocate saw opportunity, though, and spearheaded what's euphemistically being called Digital Billboard Art Month. In truth, over the next 10 days, as 18 billboards rotate from image to image, one will feature a local visual artist. WUWM's Susan Bence met the project visionary Peggy Christensen at the busy corner of 25th and St. Paul when her scheme was still evolving.
As I look east, there are 2 digital billboards. There's also a vinyl billboard. There's huge signage. As I look north, there are 2 billboards. As I look south, there are 2 billboards. And as I look west, there are 2 billboards. So we're in an area with 10 billboards in my 360-degree field of vision.
That conversation happened April of last year, and Christensen was already deeply immersed in strategizing. She had just sent a letter to major billboard companies, Lamar and Clear Channel, hoping that one would bite.
What I am suggesting is that one day a year, starting in 2013, the 2 key companies with digital billboards in the city of Milwaukee would donate a billboard dedicated to art images with no ad content.
Are you scratching your head wondering why an environmental reporter is telling you the story? Digital billboards are not free of controversy. Debate ranges from concern that rapidly changing ads will distract drivers and cause injury to e-waste created at a billboard's end of life. At the time, Christensen said a federal highway traffic study on some of these issues was expected any minute.
And I'm very curious to see that because there may be changes. They may slow them down. They may have questions about text.
But months have passed without any sign of federal study results. Christensen, who is first and foremost a temporary public art advocate, wasn't about to put the brakes on her vision.
Nationally, art on billboards, both vinyl and digital, is growing. Richmond, Virginia, has sponsored art on digital billboards since 2010, and the project has spread across the country, including Chicago and Detroit, Michigan.
Since her idea first sprouted, the project's scope has evolved. After both major billboard companies got behind the project, 18 organizations submitted a total of 67 images to be considered for 8 seconds in the sun. I meet Christensen along with Graham Reed at an East Side gallery. Reed, Director of Collections and Exhibitions at the Museum of Wisconsin Art, curated the selection process. He says it's not your average judging criteria.
It's large scale, it's going to be seen from a distance. Most often than not, people who are going to see this work are going to be moving quite fast. So obviously there had to be something very immediate, very visual about it, where people could look, see, comprehend, really in a matter of seconds.
His choices ranged from painting to sculpture and photography, drawn from 18 different local arts organizations.
Coalition of Photographic Arts, MIAD, Alverno, the Haggerty, but then we've got a couple of others that a lot of people might not be particularly familiar with. We've got Very Special Arts Wisconsin, which specifically deals with people with disabilities, their artwork, and then the Grand Avenue Club, which is an organization that has specific focus on people with mental illness.
Reed says themes range too, from thought-provoking to whimsical. One photographer drew from his past working at a shipyard on Jones Island.
So what you've got is a black and white image of, on the right-hand side of the picture, you can see this massive hull of a ship. And then just in the foreground is a worker making a snowball. In the background, his colleague is doing a handstand.
Peggy Christensen guides us around the corner to Oakland and North Avenue. It's one of the 18 billboard locations showcasing art. She's still dizzy with the project's evolution.
So instead of 1 billboard for a day, there are 18 billboards for 10 days. Over 1 million people will see at least one of these images during these 10 days is well beyond what I ever envisioned.
Before our conversation ends, Christensen quickly adds,
I think it's just going to create a real interest in what happens and what we see in our environment every day. Got to get that environment in there.
For Lake Effect, I'm Susan Bence.
Peggy Christensen is the founder of Insight, an arts organization that's cultivated temporary public art installations in unexpected places since 2006. Digital Billboard Art Month runs through October 10th. You'll find more about the show and its 18 billboards at WUWM.com/Lake Effect. That's Tuesday's edition of the show. I'm Mitch Tyke. It's so great to have you listening today, as it is every day, and I sure hope you'll be with us again tomorrow for another edition of Lake Effect from 89.7 WUWM, Milwaukee Public Radio. We're NPR in Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Fresh Air is next. It's 11 o'clock.